It's Christmas time, a time for friends and family and merriment. I don't have any friends and my family just, uninvited me. But that's alright, I can just spend Christmas alone and do what people normally do as a tradition on Christmas. Watch Christmas movies. Now I already have a list of movies that I watch every year on Christmas. You know, some of those movies include Miracle on 34th Street, Muppets Christmas Carol, Santa Conquers the Martians, more specifically the Mystery Science Theater version.
Cha-cha-cha.
Well, do you think you'll be ready by Christmas Eve?
Well, we've never disappointed the kids yet.
Except for the poor ones.
Of course. Tell me.
And yes, even the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Stir, whip, stir. Come on, faster all together now. Cooking can be fun. Stir, whip, stir. Stir, very nice. Whip, stir. Wah!
Along with Die Hard, that is a Christmas movie. Batman Returns, that is a Christmas movie. Lethal Weapon, Christmas movie. And even Empire Strikes Back. I mean, they had a Battle of Hoth, that was on snow. That counts, right? But you know what? This year I'm going to watch a new one that'll hopefully become something I watch every year. Something with Santa Claus in it. You know, Santa Claus, the one who watches you while you sleep. And you know, there's a ton of great Santa Claus in the movies, weren't there? You got Edmund Gwenn, Richard Attenborough, Mickey Rooney, Hulk Hogan, Tim Allen. Wait, what? Hulk Hogan? Yeah, Hulk Hogan was Santa Claus. Kind of. Let me explain. Yeah, for those that were like either too young to know or just didn't outright know, Hulk Hogan had a movie career, which started in 1982 where he guest starred in Rocky III as Thunderlips. His first actual starring role being the 1989 movie No Holds Barred. He even had a starring role in a short-lived TV series. And his acting career was... It was there. And one of his movies was this one, Santa with Muscles. It was made in 1996 and was also noted for being Mila Kunis' first movie role. And you know what? This movie was kind of hard to get a hold of. I could only find it in this 4-pack right here. Along with The Santa Incident, which, judging from the cover, I kinda hope it's a movie about Santa releasing a zombie plague. But seeing this little dove icon doesn't fill me with much hope. The Elf Who Didn't Believe, and The Boy Who Saved Christmas, which, according to the back of the box, is a movie about Santa being kidnapped by his evil twin. Why aren't I watching that one? Santa with Muscles also has a cover with Hulk Hogan on the roof with a tagline stating that, at Christmas time, only the strong survive. Which has nothing to do with the movie. But, you know, it's not that weird that a wrestler has a movie career. I mean, just look at Dwayne Johnson. That guy can't be stopped. But what's next, Macho Man? Roddy Piper?
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Steve Austin? John Cena? Okay, well, that was an easy one. The Miz.
My partner's an ex-Marine.
Like the Miz Mizanin.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to review that, aren't I? Let's just get on with Santa with Muscles. Vader.
Now, you know him as Frankie Stachino's father. The rest of the world knows him as the 11 times heavyweight wrestling champion of the world, Vader.
Damn it!
Dear Santa, how are you? I'm not doing so well.
So the movie starts with a little girl writing a letter to Santa. The weird thing about this is that according to the movie later on, they only have like 3 days till Christmas. And judging about what's gonna happen next, she's writing a letter to Santa 3 days till Christmas. Cutting it a little close, aren't we?
We used to be a happy town. But now people are moving away because Mr. Frost has been so mean to them.
How come this entire town is being terrorized by this one guy?
And now he's trying to take our orphanage away from us, and nobody can stop him.
Wait, what? You could just do that. You could just buy an orphanage like that? Isn't there like government red tape or something you have to go through?
I know you're really busy this time of year, but I just thought that since you're going to be in the neighborhood anyway, maybe you could stop by a little early this year and help us.
Now, Santa, I'm not saying anything, but if you went Rambo on his ass, no one would press charges.
I know it's only a few days until Christmas, but please hurry. Yours truly, Elizabeth Bentley Walsh. I hope you're really out there, Santa.
Clever girl.
And there he is, in full desert camo. You know, that'll help you with the grass and the no desert around you. Why are you in camouflage? Like, oh, I get it. He's a secret agent infiltrating Frost's mansion. He's on assignment for Santa, right? Right? Yeah, that's what the tagline's for, right?
Never stop to smell the roses.
Yeah, that was a pretty lame one-liner. I give that like a 3 out of 10. Also, I'm no flower expert, but I'm pretty sure those aren't roses, so this line doesn't even work.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
So, after beating up the gardener, Hogan goes to collect a golden box before being attacked by a chef? This guy, the chauffeur, what? That guy from earlier again, and the gardener who came back with a weed whacker. Yeah, real intimidating, buddy. Maybe next time actually have the spool attached so that it's not just a loud stick.
Brianna.
Ah, boo! That's a lame joke. You didn't even eat the omelet.
Snake, are you okay? Snake? Snake!
Oh no, Hulk Hogan surrounded. How is he gonna get out of this one?
Time.
By yelling time, of course. Wait, what?
4 minutes, 23 seconds.
Rope.
Wait, what? That was combat training? What the fuck?
4 minutes, 23 seconds.
No, actually, what I got was about 2 minutes and maybe 10 seconds. Unless Hulk spent the first 2 minutes saying his prayers and taking his vitamins. And really, is this a normal thing you do? You just run around and beat up your staff? This dude took out a machete. What if he got you? And everyone's okay with this? How much are you paying them that they're perfectly okay with you beating their asses on a regular basis?
Never stop to smell the roses.
How'd I do?
Tremendous.
You're the best.
Magnificent. I couldn't.
Weasels. If you guys are bucking for a Christmas bonus, forget it.
You and your stupid thoughtfulness can go to hell.
So, Hulk Hogan is Blake Thorne, a lots of money that I don't think is actually disclosed in this movie in here, by selling bodybuilding supplements. Something doesn't add up there. But hey, with a face like that on the cover, how can you just say no?
Make a note, Chaz. My picture on the can isn't big enough.
I mean, do these even look like 24-inch pythons, brother?
Your guesses were right, Figures. Business always calls when you're having fun. Make a note, Chaz. Make it rule number... What number are we up to now?
385.
Right. Make it 386. Never mix business with pleasure.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Hulk Hogan is a rich asshole with a bunch of rules that his staff doesn't like.
The rules are important, guys. What would we have without Blake's rules anyway?
Fun.
Chaos, Mr. Thorne. We would have chaos.
And apparently he doesn't even pay them that well.
Weasels. If you guys are bucking for a Christmas bonus, forget it.
Yet they let him beat them up regularly. Am I hearing that right?
Rule number 105.
Yes, sir. Never give an inch, especially when you can take one.
Franco 91.
Never lend a hand. You might need it later.
Rule 37, don't talk shit about the championship belt from your show in America to a show in Japan.
5 times World Wrestling Federation champion. This belt is just a toy. It's like a trinket on a Christmas tree, like an ornament.
One of those non-profit organizations called inquiring about a Christmas fundraiser they want to hold here at the mansion. After all, it is Christmas. Haven't you learned anything? If you give them a taste, they want more.
Okay, so not only is he a rich guy, he's a stingy rich guy who doesn't donate to charity on Christmas.
If you want to do them a favor, send them some of those carbohydrate bars that aren't selling anyway. And Chaz, don't forget to write it off, say. Good man, Chaz.
Although, to be fair, it's his place and he didn't offer to host it, so I don't know why they just assumed that he would be okay with that. So, after loading, I think, 3 paintballs into the gun, he's off to go play some paintball. Oh man, he just can't stop. Hulkamania is running wild. So he goes paintballing with these randos, and they just seem to throw this scene away immediately right after.
Let's roll. That about covers it. Ready? Ready. Never trust the enemy, Captain.
Yeah, I don't think that counts as a hit because the game hasn't officially started yet. But, whatever. We never see Blue Team again after this. That's actually the end of the paintball side plot, too. I think it was just there to establish a line later in the movie, and also to make Chief Wiggums over here piss himself in fear.
Never surrender. Besides, this is fun.
Dude, you're being a danger to the public right now. I thought you were just going to a regulated paintball field. What the hell?
Give me your paint gun.
Wait a second. What? What? You're gonna open fire on the police? What the fuck? Okay, so let me get this straight. You're being chased by the cops, and your first thought was, hey, let's shoot paintballs at them. That won't leave me with bullet holes in the morning. Not only that, you started shooting after you were already taken out of the game. And what the fuck is your problem, dude? You just became an accessory by handing him the gun. And how did you say it?
Give me your paint gun.
That's how psychos say that, man. Oh, hey, hand me that bazooka.
We'll lose him in Lakeville. There's a million places to hide. I grew up there.
Holy crap, what is with these cops? And they just fired 2 shotgun blasts in a public area? What the fuck? Did they get the okay to shoot? They were just firing paintballs. Why was the response buckshot? Who the fuck shoots a shotgun during a police chase? Can you imagine the paperwork? Is there a code for Hulk Hogan with a paintball gun? I don't know, maybe they're Ric Flair fans. Oh man, I would say Hulk Hogan got himself a 5-star wanted level. How's he gonna get out of this one?
Rule number 21. When in doubt, get out. Later.
Of course! Jump out of the car in front of all the cops so they can see you fleeing on foot. That's genius!
You magnificent bastard, I read your book!
And of course that works. Obviously, it was the desert camouflage. Also, we never see this group again. I kind of want to know what happens. Did they even want to be chased by the cops? Was there like a final shootout? Here, we meet Spoonie doing a Dr. Insano impression for some reason, talking to a guy that's hanging upside down. The reason is because this guy, Ebner Frost, wants to buy his land.
Make it. I do hope we can reach an agreement on the sale of your shoe store. How unfortunate. Well, since you're going to be hanging around a while, let me introduce you to my staff of scientists.
We're also introduced to his 3 henchmen.
Don't be disturbed by the fact that they've been kicked out of some of the finest universities in the world. World-renowned geologist, Mr. Flint.
Get it? His name's Flint because he's a geologist.
Canadian chemist, Mr. Vile.
Get it? His name's Vile because he's a chemist. Also, his special power is farts in a can. Okay.
Some find the scent of methane gas offensive. But I like to think of it as nature's perfume.
Ms. Watt.
Get it? Mrs. Watch uses electricity. Maybe they weren't kicked out because they were batshit insane. Maybe it was because they thought having a themed name would give them an easy pass. So Hulk Hogan sneaks into the mall, steals a Santa suit, and of course it fits him perfectly. The cop from earlier is still following him. Shouldn't there be more than like 2 cops and this whole place surrounded? So anyway, he's able to get away from the cops easily because, let's face it, these guys are idiots.
Oh, excuse me, Santa. You haven't seen some crazy guy in army fatigues come through here, have you?
Well, no, officer, nothing like that.
Also, they probably never saw his face, but unfortunately for Hogan, his cover gets blown when a father and kid shows up to talk to Santa. Hey, kid, this is an employee-only hallway. You can't be in here. What the hell's wrong with you? And yes, I know it's mostly his father's fault, but he should know better too.
Dad, I missed you.
Yeah, if you hurry, you still can.
Do you have a minute?
Fax me, you little brat.
Hey, wait a minute. That wasn't jolly at all.
That's him.
Why the hell did you keep your old clothes?
Freeze!
Where'd he go? Up the chimney?
I think he's up in the air conditioning ducts.
The ducts? Did you see the size of that guy?
Look behind you. Look behind you, idiots. Look behind you. Hey, here's an idea. Why don't you check the obvious hands that are right there in the window?
I'm not gonna let this guy get away with Santa fraud.
Wait, hold up. Did you just say Santa Frog?
I'm not gonna let this guy get away with Santa fraud.
Santa fraud. Santa fraud.
Unfortunately, while hanging around, the janitor throws a plastic Santa away, hitting Hogan in the head.
Oh.
Another drunk mall Santa.
And when he wakes up, he turns heel, becomes Hollywood Hogan, and forms the NWO. No, of course not. He just thinks he's Santa. Because that's how memory loss works, right? What's funny is that he immediately believes this crap when this guy Lenny tells him that.
Santa!
What?
You're Santa Claus! Santa!
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Say yes.
No.
Say yes.
No.
Yes.
You know, after Lenny does steal his wallet, of course.
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! I'm rich! And Mr. Frost won't pulverize me. Thank you, Mr. Blake Thorne? Richest man in 10 states?
If Blake Thorne is the richest man in 10 states, wouldn't he, 1, be the richest man in all the states? And 2, well known and have those license plates from the police chase linked to him, if those were in fact his cars? And wouldn't it just make it easier for the cops to find him, especially after the other guys gave him up? I'm just saying they probably would be fine throwing him under the bus to avoid jail time.
I'm rich. I'm richer than rich. I'm too rich.
So Lenny convinces him that he's Santa and leads him to the Santa meet, because an earlier scene showed them waiting for Santa.
Any news on Mr. Claus?
No, but I got a midget in a clown suit.
Wait, you're telling me we could have had a Hornswoggle Christmas instead? So Hogan Claus has to do the normal mall Santa thing. You know, talk to kids and all that.
Who are you?
Baby, you knew that.
While the elf goes to commit a crime.
Place your thumb on the scanner for fingerprint identification. I'm sorry, the user's thumbprint does not match Mr. Blake Thorne.
What ATM has a fingerprint scanner? Wouldn't that cause more problems than just having a pin?
No. How you doing?
But oh, hey look, these two guys are going to steal the money from the orphanage. And do it in a way that even Bulk and Skull are calling you morons for. And then this little girl just walks up to these two thieves being all like, well. Like she's going to stop them. Although she is Wendy Wu, so maybe she can actually. But no, instead she calls out the one man who can bring these criminals to justice. Saint Nick.
Someone's been very naughty.
What are you gonna do about it, Santa? Give me a lump of coal?
No, wait, you fool, what are you doing? He's hulking out! By God, he's got the obvious stunt double in a chokehold. By God, it killed him and broke him in half. One of my favorite parts about this is that someone actually yells, "Watch out, he's got a candy cane." So, after beating the crooks, Hogan Claus decides to go to the orphanage to help them out. Oh yeah, Frost is also a germaphobe. That's his character trait.
Did you get these disinfected? It's confessed on a piece of paper.
Ah, thank you, sir. You just ruined the paper.
I knew we could work things out in an amicable manner. Oh, and remember to be out by Christmas. Plans are almost complete. I still have one last headache, the orphanage.
Wait. So your plan is to buy several plots of land and the last spot is this orphanage? Not like here or here? Also, I'm pretty sure that's not how negotiations work. I hope you have a good lawyer, my friend, because you're going to need to legitimize the purchasing. Plus, you're going to need to prove that this wasn't under duress, which he definitely was. In fact, I'm pretty sure this guy actually has a pretty good case to sue you for a lot of money, but I'm not a lawyer, so.
You sure the scooter's gonna make it to the orphanage?
Wait, hold up. The orphanage is in a church? Aren't orphanages and churches, like, protected by the government or something so people can't just come in, buy the land, and vacate everyone?
Any way we can be of help?
You're so full of it. Just leave us alone.
Please, don't hesitate to call me.
Okay, so the evil plan is to harass and bully them to moving away instead of just buying them a new orphanage or something for them to move into. You know, be seen as the good guy, maybe actually get some actual money out of it. But no, I'm sure harassment works as well. And vandalism. Did you even consider buying the place first? Oh shit, is that Hulk Hogan?
Merry Christmas, Santa!
Huh, you know, my reaction would probably be, holy shit, some guy just stopped the van from moving, we're all going to die. But yeah, sure, laugh it up. So the orphanage invites him in for helping them.
Wait, right there. I'll be right back.
You have to cut Elizabeth some slack. She still believes in that stuff. She also believes in the Tooth Fairy and the Easter Bunny.
Shut up, Meg. Alright, I got the joke out of the way, let's just move on.
Thank you for what you did.
That was a very stupid thing you did out there, Sam. But I'm glad you did. Hey,
Who were those guys anyway?
the scientist? Oh, they work for Mr. Frost.
He's been clearing out the whole neighborhood, and no one knows why.
Wait, he's buying out the whole neighborhood? Shouldn't there really actually be some sort of court hearing about this?
Yeah, well, we're pretty much closed down anyway. See, we found homes for all of the kids that we could.
Translation, we can only afford 3 kids for the rest of this movie.
We're the leftovers. Good night, Santa.
Alright, so a random stranger who thinks he's Santa Claus just reacted like this when a little girl kissed him, and they're still letting him stay the night? And Hogan even takes the fake beard off, and he doesn't question this at all? Like, what the fuck? He even joins in on the lie, and they just believe him.
Mrs. Claus is at Tickles, so I just work for deliveries.
You know.
Good morning, Santa. I saved you a seat over.
Ah! Hulk Hogan! This is an ECW house, get out!
You know, Santa, I can't help thinking I know you from somewhere. I mean, other than the mall.
Yeah, he does look familiar. Almost like he's the richest man in 10 states and his face is on the cereal box right now. Like, I get the kids not getting it, but there's 2 adults who should realize who he is. I mean, even a news crew shows up to do a report on the Santa who beat up Bulk and Skull, and Hulk Hogan puts his beard back on for it. I guess to keep the image, but he's not doing a great job at it anyway.
Of course. But, Santa, you look so much more
healthy than you did last year. Tell us, what's your secret?
I love to eat a lot of reindeer meat.
This Santa with muscles not only foiled a robbery at the Lakeville Mall yesterday, but he also thwarted vandals here at the Mission.
Wait, you guys already know about Spoonie and his gang terrorizing the entire area?
There's a new Santa in town, and I know if you've been naughty or nice, so be nice.
What you gonna do when Santa Mania runs wild on you? Lenny, who's Don Stark, by the way, you know, Donna's dad on that 70s show, who Mila Kunis was also in, I guess I should mention that, is using a glass that Hulk Hogan had his thumbprint on to use the scanner while he was drinking his milk.
Welcome, Mr. Thorne, to the United Banking System's Print Secure Teller. Place your thumb on the scanner for fingerprint identification.
You betcha.
I'm sorry, that is your right thumb. Please place your left thumb on the scanner.
Okay, so not only does this bank have a thumbprint scanner for every ATM it has, but it has a left thumbprint only scanner? I don't think thumbprint scanner technology was that good in the 90s. Also, it's here, and like a throwaway line in the beginning is where we find out Lenny has debts with Mr. Frost. Why? How? Don't know, it's never explained, and it's kind of dropped after this scene. So Frost orders Lenny to get rid of Hogan Santa, and then
Come here.
oh no, how are they gonna dump Lenny? Oh, they're just gonna cut to the next scene like nothing happened. Okay. Next scene has Hulk Hogan and Ducky from Land Before Time 5 onward have a nice little moment, and honestly, this is a pretty nice moment, although it's kind of sad that the girl is a much better actor than Hogan is.
Where did it come from? It's our statue head.
Okay, so we bumped up from vandalism to straight up terrorizing and breaking windows. Up, here we go. Hulk Hogan versus the Spoonie one. Fight!
This is my family.
Very well.
Round one. Fight!
Blurry vision.
Patient suffers from bad tummy aches and splitting headaches.
Finish him. You win.
So, after Hulk Hogan managed to scare them off, Ron Reesley over here decides it's been long enough and he needs to be a pain in the ass.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to let anyone steal our Christmas.
Hey, you guys, where's Taylor?
Yeah, Taylor.
We're not kidding.
I think I know where he is.
Yes, the Walkman on the floor definitely means he went to Frost's mansion, where he has no idea how to get there. This scene is literally pointless. It's just so that Hulk Hogan can find out that, oh my god, Frost wants the orphanage! You can have the next scene without this one, and all you did was lose 5 minutes. We find out the church has a basement under it with a vault, with a code that only 3 of the numbers were found by the kids. But Hulk Hogan knows the last one, somehow. But what's in this vault? Oh. It's Batman's secret vault of kryptonite.
These are what must make the church windows glow.
These are the fairies?
It's worn. Oh, put that down, honey. You don't know where it's been.
Hey, guys! I know what these are. These are piezoelectric crystals. I read about them in my geology book. They're quartz crystals with natural electricity in them. Vibrations make them put out power. They must be worth millions.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Frost wants to purchase a bunch of land so that he can excavate the area for, what did she call them?
These are piezoelectric crystals.
Piezoelectricity crystals. Okay, so from what I understand with the brief Google search I did, piezoelectricity is an electrical current in which a bunch of appliances we use today have, like lighters and gas stoves, for example. It's what gives that little spark when it starts up the fire. We also use it in loudspeakers and other sound-based items. And quartz is one of the best ways to use it.
Electricity? Taylor, put that down.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure they don't explode like that. Also, it might be the best idea to move the orphanage to a building that doesn't have a cave of these things under them. As for being worth millions, according to this, I can get a pack of a small discs of them for like 350 rupees, which is only like 4 cents apparently. But I also heard that piezoelectric parts are very expensive, so I think I'm going to need some kind of citation on this.
Told you so.
Everybody out and watch your feet. You don't want to step on one of those. Watch your feet. Come on.
Anyway, Hulk Hogan is finally coming around to realize the obvious, that he's not Santa. And so Lenny lies a bit more.
See this? You were wearing this when I found you. How'd you get blood on you? I don't know. I don't ask.
That's obviously not blood. How can you mistake red paint for blood? But Dr. Insano is back, so him and Hulk Hogan have a round 2.
Round 2, fight!
Santa, you slay me.
No. That's a different Santa movie with a wrestler. This fight leads to Hulk Hogan getting knocked off by a mechanical Santa.
Long live the king.
So Hulk Hogan wakes up back at his place with his memories coming back. I guess hitting his head on glass fixed everything.
Happy Christmas, Mr. Thorne. Waste disposal engineer, in fact. He caught sight of you in his dumpster, and recognizing you from your products, he fetched you back here.
Of course, the garbage man had to finish his route first.
Garbage day!
Huh? No!
Alright, so he's been gone for 3 days and no one thought about filing a missing persons report. And yeah, it's been 3 days. The butler guy says Happy Christmas, and the sign at the church says 3 shopping days till Christmas when he first arrived at the church. Which, I don't know why an orphanage has a you have 3 days till Christmas to buy something sign. But yeah, that's long enough for someone to notice he's gone. Or did they really not like him? Maybe he should have gave them their Christmas bonus. With Hulk Hogan out of the way, Frost can now pull a That German Guy from 1939 and annex the church. And all the kids are bummed out that Santa's gone.
I'm not surprised. There's no such thing as Santa.
Like it's not Christmas and it's his busiest time of the year. Seriously, you didn't think that he went back to the North Pole?
Wanna pick up the temple? Yeah! Step into a Slim Jim!
Oh no, it's the government! Quick, E.T., hide! And so they herd everyone to the basement. Why didn't they just do this to begin with?
I want what's in your vault, what's under this whole neighborhood.
Then let us go.
Who's going to do my mining?
So, if you wanted to use them as labor, what were you gonna do if they just up and left like you wanted them to before? Merry Christmas, children! Your present this year is labor.
Oh! By the way, Lenny, I want to thank you for letting us in.
Let you in? You blew up a door! What do you mean he let you in?
You can't open it, can't you?
Oh yeah.
So, Hogan sets up his Hogan Heroes and, hey, wait a minute, that was his car! How the hell did the cops not link him to the crime? How did he get that car back?
Tell Mr. Frost 5 minutes.
Okay, what the fuck is going on? Wait a minute, who the hell is this guy? He wasn't in the movie up until now. Why is his hair like that?
The terrorists.
Wait, hold up. You thought he was a terrorist, so you just left him alone?
Pierre, the first course, please. Let him try some of Blake's Way salad oil. Sounds
I don't think olive oil works like that.
Friends.
Whatever, Alright, Hogan. Vince McMahon wants you back at the WWF. Come quietly now.
That'll teach you to mess with Thomas P. Hinckley.
Okay, who the fuck brought a fucking rocket launcher to this? Who gave the cops clearance to use this? And who the fuck let these chuckle fucks of a police department carry a motherfucking anti-tank weapon? These guys are worse than the Angel Grove Police Department. He's dead. Sorry, he's dead. That thing takes out tanks. Are you telling me he can't take out Clint Howard?
Which one of you turkeys is responsible for this?
Here comes Hogan to save the day, and who the hell is this guy? He's never been here until now. And one by one, he takes out all of the goons. Okay, what the actual fuck? Why did Frost hire this guy? So literally in like the last 10 minutes of the film, we get this movie's twist.
Hey, you lied to her. Blake Thorne, what's the matter? Blake Torachevsky doesn't fit on the bottle?
Hulk Hogan was from the orphanage all along, and Frost was also there, and they were friends back then. This is a really weak twist. So Hulk Hogan and Frost grab some crystals and they have a duel of the fates, which ends up causing all of the crystals to start vibrating and explode, which makes the entire church collapse and implode on itself. I thought it explodes.
Everyone freeze!
Oh, look who finally arrived. So the cops show up, take all the credit, and start arresting everyone.
With News 8. Officer, please tell us how you finally apprehended Ebner Frost and his gang.
Wait, Frost was a gang leader? And a notorious one? He wasn't hiding anywhere. Why didn't they arrest him beforehand? Why did they let him buy all this land?
I'm not through with you, Blake. I'm just getting started.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay, I'll let them know, yeah. That was the box office. I don't think we're going to be seeing him again. So, with the church destroyed, you think maybe Hulk Hogan would, like, give his house up to the orphanage? You know, like to go with how he was at the beginning. But no, he instead buys Frost's mansion, which is apparently near a fucking prison, and uses that as the orphanage. So I guess Hulk Hogan just took over everything and became even more rich. And that was Santa with Muscles, and I don't really know if this classifies as a Christmas movie. I mean, think about it. If you took out Christmas and made Hulk Hogan, like, think he was just a generic superhero or something, it wouldn't really change much, would it? He still would have a weird sense that he had to go to the orphanage to go help them, and you could just have Frost just have a regular deadline instead of a Christmas one. And when Hogan gets pushed out, you could just make it church bells or something. They don't celebrate Christmas on Christmas Day or anything. And most of the values and morals they try to have in this movie aren't necessarily Christmas ones. They could just be normal people values, like help those in need and whatnot and all that. Also, I don't know if that money ever went to the orphanage. Did they just leave that in the mall? Hulk Hogan being revealed to have been an orphan with Frost at the same church comes right at the end, and it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't explain how Hogan doesn't remember being an orphan, or how come he knows the codes to the vault and he's never opened before, or why Frost wouldn't know it since he's been there longer than Hogan. This movie was only released in theaters for like 2 weeks, and it was also like 2 weeks before Jingle All the Way came out, which is a much better Christmas movie. They never really disclosed the budget they needed to make this, but it only made about $120,000 opening night, with a total of $220,198 during its 2 weeks run. But let's face it, that barely covered the cost of having Hulk Hogan in the movie. And needless to say, this was a commercial failure. And what's kind of interesting is that this was produced by Jordan Belfort, and if you don't know who that guy is, he was that guy Leo played in Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, you know, that guy who got arrested in 1999 for stock market manipulation. So, was this like a tax write-off or some sort of scheme? There might be a conspiracy in this.
The question is this: was all this legal? Absolutely fucking not.
The only acting I thought was bad, honestly, was Hulk Hogan, who just seemed to just read his lines and couldn't really emote and felt like he was sleeping through most of his scenes.
423? You call that exercise? Better cut down on my cholesterol, Pierre.
Yes, sir.
Make a note, Chaz. My picture on the can isn't big enough. Ooh, I'm hot today. Better write that one down, Chaz. Let's roll.
But I would be lying if I said that I wasn't going to watch this again next year. You need to watch bad Christmas movies along with the good sometimes. And at least this is so bad it's good. I mean, you can make fun of it. Now I kind of wish that they made a Macho Man Saves Christmas movie. That would have been awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I really hope you enjoyed this review. And I want to have a special thanks to everyone who's been watching my stuff throughout the year. I really hope that by this time next year, I'll have more and better videos out for you guys. Until then, I want to wish everybody a happy holidays and a happy new year. I'll see you guys next video.